when I auditioned as far as for the uniformed police officer, they were pretty impressed with the fact of my audition, but...
Hi, Billy, Hillary Boston casting. I just got a call from, they want to see you for a role in Body Proof for the role of Henry. So could you call me immediately at Boston casting? I want you to come in today, if possible, to read for Body Proof. I'll call you Thursday at 1:40. Call me immediately at Boston casting, 617-254-1001, extension 3. Thank you.
Now, I'll tell you how it goes. And funny enough, the reason why I let you listen to that is because prior to that, I already did 6 episodes as a police officer. Now, when I got a call to read for the police officer role, to step it up from going as far as from the background to being the day player to being part of the show, what happens is, as far as they have you come in and audition, now they liked my audition so much, they called me because they wanted me immediately, as you could hear, to play Henry, which is Henry was a Philly cheesesteak owner of a restaurant. I had to deny them, as you can hear. I explained to them because what happens is they don't see, as we're filming, the finished product in New York, because not only do you get past the screening process here in Boston, which you read for, and then they go, okay, we like you, you're one of our finalists. It has to go from here, from actually Boston to New York. And then New York cast you makes the final decision out of ABC. But they don't see what's going on here, so they don't know I was playing a police officer, and for me to suddenly change into a Philly cheesesteak owner, I could do it, the compensation's great, but the problem is, when they go to edit it, and they see me as far as a police officer, and then the next minute I'm changing a hat, being selfish about wanting the role as bad as people do, they're going to cost them time, they're going to cost them money, they have to reshoot the shoot. So I was very honest with them, and I denied the role, but it's nice to be considered the fact that, they wanted you for 2 roles, so.
Oh, wow.
So, I am a cop, and I do eat Philly cheesesteak, but I don't make them.
I love those too. And do you have a preference of being a good guy or a thug, or?
Well, I have to be honest with you, my upbringing, where I came from, I could play both. As far as, I like playing a tough guy. I really do, but it's funny, because right now I'm going back and forth with HBO, Boardwalk Empire. There's a possibility and potential of me being on that show. And that's set in the 1920s, 1930s, and predominantly about the Irish mob and the Prohibition, and with the blue eyes and the light hair, as far as, it fits pretty good as far as into the criteria they're looking for. So, yeah, I've been playing a cop. It's funny enough you say that. In the Brotherhood, I played a tough guy as well as I played a state senator. But as far as in the ABC Body of Proof, as far as I play a cop.
Oh,
so I guess they see me as a cop, but at the same time, like, it's funny, I was talking to Mac Gross, which is the executive director of the show, because if this gets picked up, because it's on for 13 episodes. And if it gets picked up for season 2, I said to him, Matt, I can play a bad cop as well as a good one. He says, no, listen, you're our cop. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I can play both sides of the fence, which I don't mind.
Oh, okay.
So.
And what nationality is Vigeant?
Vigeant's Italian and French.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounded French.
Yeah, my father was French. He died when I was 8 years old, but I grew up predominantly all Italian. Grew up with meatballs and, at the time, as well as macaroni was a Sunday ritual, and chicken. But it's funny how life emulates as far as acting, and acting emulates life.
Oh, wow. And you never took acting classes
Yes,
or drama in high school?
No, I was a football player.
Oh, I read that.
I hate to say it, as far as, funny enough, sports was my bag, and that was my first love and passion.
Yeah.
So back then, when you were in the drama class, you were a little frowned upon a little bit as far as at that time. But, as I look back now itself, it's funny enough, I believe in dreams. And dreams is a big part of my life. Being a pro ball player, got cut short with a knee injury. I gave up my career, and that's one of the reasons why in my sports business I stay close to the field by working with all the celebrities I'm able to have a chance to do. And then being able to fulfill my acting career, and to be able to say it before, as far as to do it. It's not like you just close your eyes and you do it. You have to make the action. You got to want it bad enough. It's funny enough, I had a friend of mine that came in and was telling my daughter one day about what I went through in acting class, between doing all my tippy toes and emulations and stimulations of the brain and the mind and the conveyance, and she couldn't believe her father was doing like a pirouette in the middle of acting class, but that's what you have to do, and sometimes you're going to force yourself to do things you don't want to do. And that's where now at this age, and at the same time at 50 years old and 51 now, when I got into this business, it was something I wanted to do. And I took it on as a test, and it's something that, I'm talking about how stars align, I never thought in a million years. Just as if I worked with all the greatest athletes in the world of sports, would I ever come out of the box and working with so many films, and at the same time to be a part of a network TV show and have a chance to speak out of a pool of 20 cops. I was the only guy that was stepped up into a speaking role, and so who knows where God's taking me, who knows where the energies are. If it's up to me, I'm going as far as it's going to take me, so.